Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone is doing amazing today. Today's message is from Source. It's kind of a compound message and it won't apply for everyone. So please remember, as always, if it don't apply, let it fly. You're always welcome to come back for the next one. However, if you stop by here, I do encourage you to stay because there might be something that you need to hear in this message. With that being said, I'd just like to remind everyone again this is the only platform that I use. If you happen to find one of my videos elsewhere other than YouTube or asking you for donations of any kind, please report it or let me know. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so let's begin. Today's message from Source is for individuals who are currently blaming themselves. Okay, Source wants you to know it's not your fault. Okay, you've been through a bad experience. Okay, and what I'm feeling this is something having to do with either a narcissistic parent or a narcissistic relationship, narcissistic sibling. Okay, so you'll know that this message applies for you if one of those three rings a bell. Okay, again, I'm gonna repeat. Source wants you to stop blaming yourself. Okay, it is difficult, it is painful to find out somebody that you trust and love did not have the same intentions towards you. Okay, you've been deceived, you've been manipulated. Okay, you did nothing to deserve this. Okay, you did nothing to deserve it. And what Source again would like you to do is take a look at yourself, look within your heart, and see what a beautiful heart you were supplied with. Try not to let this damage you. I know it's difficult to move on from it, but you can. You can move on from this. And this message is specifically for someone right now who is really struggling. Okay. Seek help if necessary. If you feel that you're unable to get through this on faith alone, I encourage you to go out and seek professional help with this matter. Again, Source wants to reiterate this is not your fault. What you're going through is normal. And coming to the realization when you realize that everything in your world uh, is apparently not what you thought it was, it really messes with your brain. Okay, it messes with who you are at the deepest core. Because you, as an individual who I'm speaking to, I'm getting the initial M, Mary, Mark, Sylvia, Jason, initial R, Kelly. If any of these names apply to you or someone you're in this situation with, again, this message is for you. Confirmation. Anyway, uh, continuing on with this, I'm sorry for the interruption. I was getting a download of those names. Okay, I'm also getting the month of June, August, September, March, July. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry for the interruption again. But those dates or names are specific. So you'll know that this message applies to you if you have any one of those dates involved in this message. Okay, going forward, like I said, if you're unable to move forward on your own, I do encourage you seeking professional help in this matter. Okay, I know how devastating this can be. I've experienced this myself, so I get it. Okay, and I get this is why that Source wanted me to put this message out today. Source also wants everyone to know that the transparency is coming. You will be vindicated. You don't have to do anything about it. Just relax, sit back, and let everything fall in divine timing the way it's supposed to. Okay? Because you don't want to add any extra karma onto yourself if you behave in a way that lowers your own vibration. The trick is not to lower your vibration. Okay, when dealing with such individuals such as narcissists, sociopaths, or just dark individuals in general. Okay, we don't have to lower our vibration to match those of others. Good things happen in its own time, and you will overcome this, and you will receive the reward of just waiting for divine timing. Okay, not taking matters into your own hands, not retaliating, not arguing. The best thing you could do is to simply go no contact with these individuals if you want to really move on with your life. And again, these are just suggestions. You have free will to do as you will. So, when you go no contact with these types of individuals, that is the worst type of response that you can give because they can't handle that. They want a reaction out of you. Source is also letting me know that, especially concerning a breakup here, okay, they are going to try their best to manipulate you in every way. They are going to call you, try to aggravate you, try to get you to fight with them. Again, this is done because whatever spirit they've allowed into their life, spirit of negativity, okay, that is causing them to want to attack you further, is trying to lower your vibration. Okay. And if you are spiritually seeking to move forward, you need to remain high vibrational so that you can attract better people into your life. So you can look at this as a learning lesson and decide to move forward, and see what you've learned from it, even though it's painful. Okay. And sometimes God gives us lessons that are very painful. They're very, very painful, but you can overcome them. Okay. God also gave people who go through these experiences, who were the victims of these experiences, extraordinary strength and the capacity to love. Okay. The whole point is to diminish your ability to love. Never allow any narcissistic person or any person that inflicted pain on you that was immense to lower your ability to love, to lower your ability to trust. Okay. Maybe you trusted blindly in the past. That's cool. It's all right. You learn now. Learn to see people for what they are, notice the red flags, okay? And you've learned. These are all amazing things that you learn when being in these experiences. You learn to see the red flags, okay? So you become an expert at spotting these people. So instead of trusting people blindly when you first meet them, allow for the relationship to unfold as it's going to be, okay? And I'm not saying totally distrust them, but what I'm saying is don't fully trust until they give you a reason to fully trust. And remember, actions speak louder than words. And this is what Source wants you to understand. You have a lot to give and a lot to offer. Don't give up on relationships or meeting other people, whether this be a friendship, a family member, what have you. Whatever situation this applies for, don't let it harm who you are at the core, because then they win. That's the bottom line. They win. They take your vibration down. They prevent you from moving forward. This is the intention. That is the intention of the dark force that's working within them. Okay? Now, I often say to people, we don't try to judge dark forces. It's not our place to judge. Okay? That's God's business. But these things do exist nonetheless. Like I always say, Satan has a purpose. I may not resonate with Satan personally. I don't walk with Satan personally. But I do respect Satan's right to be who he is for whatever purpose he serves, which he does serve a purpose, whether we like to admit that or not. Okay? So we have to be very specific when we have to understand this. You don't want to challenge dark spirits in anyone, okay? Because spirits are always going to win against a human, okay? The best thing is to be respectful and to move on, okay? Because challenging it only makes things worse. And that's what you don't want to do. Okay, this is why we have many types of interventions. Okay, if you feel you need help from the spiritual world, call on source, call on whatever deity you resonate with close for assistance, because spiritual battles are for spirits to fight, not us. Okay, you don't want to get yourself into that. And we have to remember, many of these damaged individuals, and they are damaged. Okay, they are damaged. It doesn't excuse their behavior, because they, by free will choice, choose to be who they are. The narcissist chooses to be who they are. Okay? The sociopath chooses. They can decipher right from wrong. They choose not to. Okay? And again, we all have free will in this world. Okay? But you also have the choice to say how you are going to handle the situation and how you're going to move forward. And this is what the point of Source bringing this message to you today is, to express this, to show you fully, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you have the power. You have the power within your own hands. You could allow this to damage you, or you can learn from it and move forward. Okay? With that being said, we're going to end it here. I hope everyone has an amazing evening, morning, whenever you receive this. I want to thank you again for stopping by, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.